boobs and butt. Bobs and vagine.
We're alive!
More likely than you would think.
But hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 28 of our Mistwarden Shroud campaign, Eggscape from Umbraverna. Thanks for joining
I love
us.
the emphasis.
Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight as our players deal with a bit of a challenge since a new team member has shown up. Let's go around and introduce our players. It's been a little while since we've done that. Players, you're just gonna tell us who your name and who I stopped that prematurely, and who you are playing in our lovely game. And we are going to start with Taylor.
Hello, my name is Taylor. I am playing Olin, the celestial, whatever the name of my class is, Ranger. Celestial something.
Celestial Walker?
Cadaver?
Is it
You're a Horizon Walker, dude.
Horizon Walker is what it's called. Horizon Walker Ranger. It's got all the celestial stuff in there, though.
Of course.
And I'm ready to party down. My mood for the night, party down.
Party down. Steven?
Hi, I'm Steven. I'm playing Buster K. Slyfoot, the Feywild Cleric Rabbit. And I don't have a stuffy nose. Buster does. I'm just so dedicated to my craft that I'm going method.
Yeah, that's huge.
And talking like he does. So,
Taking notes.
just, deal with that.
Would think we could all be so dedicated to our craft.
Steven is a former theater kid amongst former theater kids.
I was like a quasi theater kid. I wasn't even really.
Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm playing Dylan, the Battlemaster fighter. She's kind of new, but not really. It's weird.
And I've been here the whole time.
She's been here the whole time.
Wow.
I have popcorn.
At least
I'm not sharing.
parts of her. Will.
Hello, my name is William. I am playing Tobias Boone, the shadow sorcerer of the group, among other things.
Lovely.
Man, my damn class is on the overall.
It is.
I am
Your what?
humble dungeon master.
Yeah, of course it is.
Of course. Last we left our heroes. Rosemary, with the help of her friends, finished completion of the cognitive crystal and reformed her separate consciousnesses of her sister into one, that of Dylan, and regained her memories and her desire to kill Mother. Our hero spent some downtime in Umbraverna leading up to this. That led to also Buster finishing the completion of his Cloak of the Montebank. Cape of the Montebank.
Whatever, man. Same difference.
And Olin finishing his Wheel of Stars.
The Wheel of Stars.
Yeah, y'all did a lot. Got a lot done as far as downtime is concerned. The only issue now is that Ebb, the Nightworm who hosted you in her cavern here in Umbraverna, claimed one part of Dylan, that of Basil, as part of her treasure hoard. And now Basil no longer quite exists in the same way. So the party, after informing Dirk the Kobold of this and his family members, are being marched towards Ebb's Cavern. Crew. I'm going to start with Will. How's Tobias feeling? What does Tobias look like as you guys are walking down this cavern? With there's like a dozen kobolds like walking like with you.
Tobias is getting slightly nervous, or I probably more anxious in the way of like coming to talk to the giant ancient dragon that we sort of just stole from, but not really. But is also while Tobias should be nervous, like in terms of fear, he should be afraid. He's more like, let's get this over with, and he's gonna do whatever it takes to save Rosemary. No, wait, it's Dylan. So.
Right on.
We're gonna see whose shadow is stronger if that's what it comes down to with Tobias and the Shadow Dragon.
Speaking of Dylan, how does she look as she is marching down this hall? What are the emotions we see on her face? How's she feeling?
Nervous, but she did fish through her pack and found Rosemary's mask from the masquerade and has that on, so it is covering her face, just eye holes, no nose or mouth hole or anything. Very blank expression as she is having a small panic attack because this has been a really big day and she hasn't been processing those emotions, because she's been kind of like, oh, other people seem to be having their moment, I should help them. But yeah, a bit of a panic attack going on, like, oh god, I just came back to life and I'm about to die to a fucking dragon. This is my life, alright.
Right, that makes sense. Buster, what about you? How are you feeling?
Buster is nervously making his way through the group, asking Maxie, Lucky Trails, and Dylan, specifically by proxy of Basil, to see, like, do you have any memory? Have you ever been to Nevershire Springs? If you've ever been, please explain to me every little detail that you possibly can. If there are any major, like, magical circles there, if there are any landmarks, any specific places that you know very well. To Lucky Trails, Maxie, and Dylan, asking about Basil, but if any of her other selves were also there, that's very important as well. I'm kind of just like hushedly, quietly, like speaking to all of them as we're being marched down the tunnels.
I'll search all my memories that I have available.
Maria, roll me a d20. This will be sort of a fortune roll here.
Wait, me?
Yep.
Oh, shit. Are you sure you want me to roll?
Let's go! Let's go!
That's Lucky Trail.
Lucky Trail did it.
8.
Yeah, Basil never made it to Nevershire Springs.
I'll respond in Sylvan. I'm sorry, no part of me actually ever went that way. Sorry.
It's okay.
Maxie shrugs and says, it's supposed to be a bunch of hot springs. So steaming water, old mystics, that kind of thing. I've never been.
Okay.
Sounds nice.
Lucky Trails speaks up. He says, Nevershire Springs. Yes, I know it well. As I do all of Darkon. Of course.
This fucker.
Lucky, if you wish to see tomorrow, I suggest you tell me every little detail you possibly can of Nevershare Springs. Do they have magic circle there? Do they have landmarks? What can you tell me in this short walk? Might I remind you, we are going to be marched up in front of a large dragon, which will kill us very easily.
I'm gonna say, because I rolled a nat 20 for Lucky, he reaches into his bag and pulls out like a scroll, and opens it up, and he says, "Here I have a advertisement, a poster." And he hands it to you, and you see like a painting of like the front of this, like almost looks like a temple, with like red and yellow painted bricks, with like some springs headed up, like you can kind of see this mountain behind the wall of the temple with like some hot springs and stuff like that above it. But you have like a painted image that's pretty detailed and realistic.
Okay. Okay, that's huge. That's absolutely huge.
Yeah, and it's like, see the healing properties of Neverchar Springs.
I commit literally every little grain of detail to my memory, and I say I say this to everyone, like quietly in Sylvan when I can, because I know the kobolds can't understand. But to people who don't understand Sylvan, I'll say it to them quietly. But I'll just say like, when I give signal, which is it's borscht time. Grab hold of me or someone else that is holding someone attached to me.
Wait, is there gonna be borscht?
Eventually, if we live.
Okay.
It will be first goal.
Did you make any borscht for old Queenie?
Over the week, I think I was supposed to, so yeah, I probably did.
Yeah,
That whole
Makes
week
sense.
of downtime.
making
The
a
biggest
ton of
bowl of
soup.
borscht you've ever made.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Cauldron doesn't even begin to describe.
All right. There are like times where the kobolds are kind of like, they're marching around you, but they're not like all in your face except for Dirk occasionally, but he gets distracted. So if you would like to have any private conversations or like low conversations with, like I guess you probably are having that one about being able to teleport away, but if you do have like that space to have those conversations. Is there anything else you guys want to chat about before you reach Ebb's chamber?
It
So,
might be worth to just ask, what's the plan?
are we just gonna?
I feel like we could try just talking.
Yeah, we're gonna go before or after the talking, or during. Most likely during.
Well, you know, dragons can do magic, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, not
What's-
all of them, but Ebb can specifically. You know that.
would
What's the likelihood she undoes?
I would imagine she can.
Should we just go now? Should we just say fuck it and leave?
No, let's try always try talking first.
Okay.
I just don't want the. You know, it's like it's. If we leave now, it's
Mhm.
gonna be later. You know,
Right,
where she's
but
gonna
if we
come find us.
yeah, and she'll be even more angry then. If we just talk now and try and explain things, it might be fine.
She's gonna want something else.
I will follow your lead.
Or someone else.
Well, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Don't worry. It'll be fine. All through a mask as she has panic all over her face.
If it does come down to an oh shit button,
Mhm.
are we ready for that?
I thought the teleport was our oh shit button.
Well, there's another oh shit button if the
That's
teleport doesn't
really-
work.
I would call that a no fuck button. Feels a
Whatever
bit
you'd like to
weightier.
call it. Either one. I'm just
Uh.
saying that if she pushes the button and is a no-go for us to get it to skedaddle, then we have to go hard and fast.
Yep.
Because we're not getting out.
Is plan to kill or plan to run?
I think running would be more advisable.
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna get out. The dragon is
We can
Well-
figure it out.
We can get away far enough so that dragon cannot see us,
Don't,
and
like,
then we
John.
can,
Change
Why
the
did you-
picture.
It's a good token.
we're gonna
Listen.
talk.
Good talk.
Just be prepared.
While other people are planning, Dylan will, distract by having just a louder conversation in Dirk's general area, so that other people can also plan if there is more planning.
Okay.
It's just like a general conversation, like, I think I do have to stick around with the Mistwardens though, because like technically a quarter of my soul did sign a contract, and that feels like a pretty significant portion because it was Pepper and Rosemary, so it feels like I'm bound to that on some sort of level.
I'm not really sure what cooking has to do with it, but I do, I get it. Contracts are difficult. Sounds like you're in
that
between a rock and a hard place, really.
it really, truly am. What's your contract like?
Oh, I mean, eternal labor till the day I die, but with dental.
But with dental, okay. What about
Yeah.
medical?
What's that?
Like, if your arm gets broken, what happens?
Oh, I go to the shaman.
And is that covered, or do you have to pay?
Oh yeah, I have to barter with the shaman. Though he helps the community, so.
What's your
Oh.
co-barter fee?
Well, I don't know what that is. If you mean with I do have a co-barter with dental, but it's very low. It's like, rice, grains of rice.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
No, it's very
definitely affordable.
But what about vision? Like, what if your eyes start to go out? And this is
Anyway,
just the
yeah,
conversation
We'll put it back
continuing.
to the group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last chance, guys. Is there any other conversations you want to have before?
Well,
I don't know. I'm kind of just ready for whatever happens, I guess.
yeah, we're gonna find
Wherever
out
we
what
end
happens.
up, I'm just playing along.
Right on. Sweet. You guys.
Yeah. Do we even know if magic works in her lair? Surely it works, right?
Only one way to find out.
I mean, it works for her. Who knows if it'll work for us?
Yeah.
I'll cast a little dancing light.
You could ask Dirk.
I mean, the shaman has magic. It works.
Oh, the shaman does magic in there?
Yeah. I mean, it's granted to him by the Nightworm, but
Well, yeah, clear. I mean, come on.
Check these cool lights out. If they go out when we go in the cavern, we'll know. Big
God, why is she so big?
dragon.
she's old. Yeah. Zooming in actually makes it harder to see. I feel like if I do the zoom in thing to you guys.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
She is large.
Lorg.
You guys enter the Nightworm's chamber. Boom. Boom.
Do my dancing lights go out?
But
Nope.
Okay.
They continue to glow. Ebb stirs, raising her massive head. Most of her body is kind of hidden in shadow. But she lifts her head, moving it towards you as you enter. Newcomer, who walks among you?
Well, yes and no, and I'll bow. You knew me previously as two separate entities. Your what do we call your night wormliness? You knew me as Rosemary and Basil.
You see her head's like flash in an angry flare of purple light. And she says, "Your soul has been reunited? You have stolen from me."
Well, I mean, it was mine first. But I realized that, you know, this was really poor form and me being a bad guest, and so I would like to try and find a way to make this right. Looks back desperately at the group.
You're killing it up there.
Make me a check here, Dylan.
Oh God. What check?
It sounds like a persuasion.
Oh boy, I should have finished that training. I'm gonna burn my inspiration already.
Huge.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh,
Let's go.
What is happening with these nat 20s and Ebb?
huh?
I am a whole new woman.
Technically true.
Eb, Eb seems to ponder for a moment. She raises her head, kind of like eyeing you, and she says, "Oh, hold on.
So wait, a nat 20 is only one success?
That's rough.
She
Oh God,
says,
guys, I'm dead.
she says, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to think how." Okay. She says, "So, you wish to barter for 1/8 of a soul? A hefty sum it must be worth. But I am not without mercy. Bargain if you dare, mortals. But remember this. The shadows always extract a toll. And debts to the Nightworm are never repaid without suffering."
Of course, I'm very grateful for your generosity, oh great keeper of shadows. I'm gonna bow a little bit and back up to the group. What the fuck do we do now?
What do you offer?
Un momento, por favor. I can
Let's-
teach her another language.
Let's offer to find her a relic.
Oh, don't we have a relic we're not using?
What about
The
that
remaining
earring?
one.
Oh shit. That got left on the floor. I don't know if she wants Mother in her ear. That feels like a curse.
Seems like a powerful artifact, though, if it can communicate
Oh.
across planes.
Multiple planes.
Can you give me one word to describe your mother? Like something ominous?
My mother?
Yeah. Former mother. Whatever it is. I'm sorry, I'm still understanding the
Sorry,
relationship.
Earth Mother or the bitch who shattered my soul?
Yeah. The second one, yeah.
Only one.
Yeah. like something ominous that would be like that would describe her well, so I'm not lying. But something that might entice Ebb to be interested. She can probably hear me.
Yeah, I mean, she's technically one of those dark power dreadlord things.
Oh, all right.
Dreadful?
Dreadful. Nice. That's good. John, can I have... Oh no. Can I have
Sorry.
used... Can I use my inspiration to have picked up the earring and brought it with us?
Yeah, if you want to use your inspiration, you can do
I
that.
think that's probably a good call.
Flashback to where you picked that up.
I will do it. So now we have the earring with us, and Olin will produce it. After
Do you
saying,
want to take? Do you want to take the lead on that, or would you like?
I do not.
Finger guns at Tobias. I don't know what a gun is.
Finger wands.
Finger wands at Tobias.
Yeah.
Any angle you want to go on this with this one? And I literally just imagine this to look like a Patara earring from DBZ, by the way.
That's also exactly how I
future
pictured it.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 100% how I pictured it. It's like it's a clip on. It's not even in the ear. Any
Well, yeah, we weren't allowed to have our ears pierced.
That's an overprotective mother. Daughter. It's weird. Any suggestions on this, Olin? Buster?
We can promise to go kill her afterwards. She can, Nightworm can siphon the soul or something. We could also say we could go get her her old egg. I know she said that she didn't really want it, but I mean,
I
Well,
kind of
didn't we
already made that
say we
deal.
were- Yeah.
okay, great. No, that's awesome.
Maybe she forgot.
Oh.
She's old.
I
She's
take
really
the
old.
earring.
She for gore.
I
She
walk up to
forgot.
Ebb and I say, how about we give you something greater than 1/8 of a soul? This right here is a link to another Dreadlord, another Queen of Darkness, if you will. And we could trade her life or her body if you think that you could hold her. That might be a little bit more, I don't know. You know, I'm trying to trade a copper for a gold here. This is just the beginning of it.
Are you saying you are offering to bring this dark queen to me?
I look back at the group.
Pieces of her, parts of her. It might be difficult
Perhaps
to.
not in one
You-
piece, but
Do you have a preference on how many pieces?
She cannot leave, but if you have something that can siphon her soul, we can give you
Oh,
one whole, very big, juicy soul in exchange for, 1/8 of one little, measly, little human soul,
okay. Okay.
absolute.
Come on, just sell it, please.
Just
Come on.
The soul of a total loser.
You don't need this
Listen, I think-
soul dusting up your fucking hive,
Do you have something in
Alright.
your great hoard or your immense knowledge that would help us capture something like that? And we can
Buster
That-
bring it back.
pats Dylan's hand like, I don't need it. It's okay.
Yeah, okay. Doesn't hurt, don't worry.
Tobias,
I will.
make me a persuasion check. This one is
she
going to
w-
be a disadvantage.
I was
Disadvantage.
gonna ask if I can try and help by explaining that it teleports souls across planes, and if we can reverse engineer it, it can.
I'll say you can roll normal because you did have. I mean, you can add that too, but Buster jumped in with some stuff trying to add to it as well. So I'll say you can roll as normal.
Can anyone guide me? Is that a thing?
I
don't-
can. Guidance.
You got
You
this,
got
buddy.
this, buddy.
Ah,
Alrighty. And a D4.
Yup.
yikes.
19.
19.
We're about to
Not
learn
bad.
very important information here.
20 is the success limit. Please tell me I'm wrong.
Felt it.
Oh,
Felt it.
no!
Felt
Oh,
it. Felt it.
She's
Felt
so
it
right for
coming.
that. We really fucked up that pitch, guys.
We really, truly did.
She says, "You offer me the soul of some dark lord that you don't even have access to currently. And then you need an item or a ritual from me in order to capture the soul in which you offer? Please."
Sounds bad.
Have you ever
Yeah,
heard of
she has on that one.
investment?
I will take
Where-
that earring and add it to the scale of what you owe me. It moves it very
happily.
little.
Is there an actual physical scale?
I think you ask that, and she breathes out like shadows that begin like moving and shifting that actually turn into this like floating obsidian scale. Feels obviously an illusion of some sort that appears in the air, and you see like this form of Basil, this almost like shadowy form of her on one side, and like you see the ring, the image of the ring, like or earring, kind of like sets to the scale, and you see the scale like barely tip.
It's not looking good, guys.
Fair. Entirely fair.
Eb,
She
is
says,
that
she says, "How about the artifacts you wear, the relics of the previous Dark Lord? Now those I could make use of."
We
Eb,
need all
we
of
actually have a we actually know where the greatest one of these relics is. That is exactly where we are headed next. And we could bring that back to you. It's called the Inheritance of Rex. I'm sure you, of all the creatures on this plane, would know what that one is.
Another. You offer me shadows of things, but not actual things.
just in Sylvan.
Shadows are your whole thing, right?
Yeah, in Sylvan. I thought she would like shadows.
Yeah.
That's like her whole vibe.
Bargaining with shadows is akin to chasing whispers of false hope.
Hey guys, do we need the calcified lich heart still?
Is that a legend? Is that our legendary item?
That's a legendary item.
We're gonna offer that. I have a wand. We start turning out our pockets.
Yeah. Just, hold on. Do we need this heart? I mean, yeah, we need it, but
Where did
like,
you find that?
it was in the bag.
I forgot we had that.
It's really powerful.
Dylan holds most of the equipment if she's still got Rosemary's bag.
Yeah.
That's the strongest one in the party. I imagine, anyway. I don't know. It's
Oh yeah, for sure.
it's just my assumption.
Can I quietly use my detect portal
Oh my goodness.
ability? I feel
Have
like
you used this here before?
not here, I don't think.
Okay. Magically sense the presence of a planar portal. As an action, you take the distance and direction to the closest planar portal within 1 mile of you. Okay. Now, a planar portal, is that specifically a portal to another plane? I mean, that's what I would imagine.
That's probably some kind of link to a different plane. It's sort of my reading of it, but
There's probably like
Where's
a
my
portal to
DMG?
Shadowfell here or something like that.
Yeah, it feels like kind of okay.
Shadowfell where?
You do detect a portal
It finally worked.
towards the very back of this cavern.
Like the room we're in, or just
Yeah, like the room, the massive cavern that houses both Ebb and her horde. It feels like it's like you sense it behind even like the massive horde
Okay.
pile you kind of see.
you guys want to?
Portal is the general term for a stationary interplanar connection that links a specific location on one plane to a specific location on another. Chapter 2 of the DMG.
Do you all want to close a planar portal?
What good
Would
with
that
closing it though?
Yeah.
Might seal off some of this shadow if things come to a head.
I mean, I can
I think that
I
would be
can make
immediately
it-
aggressive.
make
Can
it
we-
daylight.
I'm not saying we start with it. I'm just saying if we have to, the option is
Can we
there.
tell where that portal goes to?
No.
It says
Could I roll to like do a little roll to intuit where it might go to?
You can give me an Arcana check. if
Given
you would
our-
like.
Mist Warden training. I am
Suddenly a train
arcanic.
comes
Yeah.
through.
Comes ripping through the portal.
blasts the dragon's
That's
butt.
pretty good.
Hell
23.
yeah, dude.
Damn!
I knew that Arcana training would pay off.
So you know that the planar portals that like permanent planar portals that cross dread realms don't really exist. They are all kind of very ephemeral. You get the sense that this portal is somehow, because you've never, I don't think this is something that is common, or that this anybody in this group has ever really seen before outside or while inside the lands of the mists, is a portal to a Shadowfell version of Darkon.
Damn it.
Huh.
Version.
Nasty.
Is there a double set of relics in there?
Yeah, stink.
Is there another nightworm?
She's
A
actually
light
the day
worm?
worm.
Yeah.
Nightworm and lightworm.
Master of the night worm.
So, the negotiation.
I start to reach for the crown. And my fingers start to pull it off, and it feels like the crown is about 1,000 pounds, like trying to lift it off. And I take my hands back, and I'm gonna do something dumb.
Jeez. Here we go.
How about an eighth of
Famous
my
last
soul?
Oh. You don't have to do that.
I have had a life longer than all of yours combined, probably. I've lived many years. I've lived many a time. If all you wish to do is to have a life, I have if I do the math correctly, roughly an eighth of my life living as a different creature that I could give you. You may take this princely form. It is technically royal blood. It is from kingdom long lost. But it is a part of me. It is who I am. If you have the method to take it from me, you are welcome to have it. If that is something that sates your judgment, being that I am the one who finished this crystal and inadvertently took something of yours, you may have something of mine. This is only fair.
You were a prince?
Yeah, technically. I was to be king, but it was crumbling empire. Had to flee, saw it all end.
Crown
Fell in the
prince.
hole.
Damn.
Yes.
Make me a check here, Buster. You can tell me.
Aye. No, I mean it's persuasion. I'm telling the truth. I'm genuinely offering it, but I'm dog shit at persuasion. So
Don't worry. You got this.
it so looked like it rolled over to the floor too.
I will spin my wheel of stars and give you an extra D10 on this roll.
What the fuck? Can I guide myself? Can you guide yourself?
I got this.
Oh,
You can
you
guide
can.
yourself.
You can guide yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna guide myself.
It's exactly 20.
Exactly 20. We farted it out somehow.
Don't you fucking dare, John.
I'm guessing 1 and 2. DC goes up.
And
the same check.
she's ancient.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Oh my
let's
God.
go.
Huh,
Dude, Wheel of Stars, that shit's nasty. It's so
that's
good.
pretty cool.
She says she kind of like sits there a moment. What does it look like when you use the Wheel of Stars? You're just like spinning it.
I think I take the like dial on it that aligns it, and I spin it slowly until it's like some sort of like, just like this feeling that it's aligned correctly. Like it's going to be like celestially aligned in the way that is most beneficial to the situation, and I leave it there. Very like subtly, just like a little. That's pretty good.
Eb says,
I do not have the method in which to take your soul and separate it to be such a creature as Basil was. However, I will take your soul as an offering to my egg. You can slice it away with a knife at the cradle. And I shall add that to your side of the bargain.
and you see the scale like tip very heavily towards balance, but it's not quite there.
Having a piece of a royal soul will do well for my child, so you are fortunate in that.
And you are certain you do not wish for us to retrieve your lost egg?
Well, we already said.
We already doing that one.
That is a bargain already struck.
Yeah.
And in exchange,
I have offered a token and agreed to fly you to Castle Avernus when it is time.
I don't want to keep doing persuasion checks. But I apologize. Only 2 small portions of my soul have offered a gift to your new child. Would it be alright if I ran very quickly to offer mine as well? It feels impolite of to have not done that first. And I will hold up the Ring of Regeneration.
Are you holding up the ring as like being like, this
Like-
will be my offering?
Yes. To see if, maybe that makes her a little happier and shit.
Hmm.
And I'll run really, really, really fast.
Go ahead and make me, if you would like, make another check for me, Dylan.
Yeah, can I use athletics to run extremely quickly and get this done extremely quickly and get back extremely quickly?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Hell yeah. Alright, dice. Don't fuck me.
Inspired conquest.
What's Inspired Conquest do?
It's an extra
It
D6,
mean-
right?
You have a D6. I've inspired you to run as fast as possible.
My specialty. Fuck!
Don't worry, you got this. I guess guidance.
Oh my god, you guys. Alright. I feel like I'm being very generous with you.
Yeah,
with
we
these guidance.
gotta start saying this quickly, like before the roll happens.
We didn't make it
Thank
anyway,
you.
so punished for our hubris.
I'm sorry.
That's really funny.
And we lost the ring. Ay, ay, ay.
I'm sorry.
So I think Ebb,
Just like
you
immersion.
go and do this. Like Ebb kind of like gives you a little nod. You run out to. I'm guessing you set the ring at the altar.
Yeah, I probably trip and eat shit at the doorway and then get up and run.
Yeah, you happen to get there. I think what happens is you get there, there's like a large like crowd. Those crowd of kobolds that had like brought you there have like now moved to all like look at the cradle, and they're all kind of like standing in your way when you come in.
Move.
Hey, watch it.
Can I? I'm willing to burn a superiority die to try and make this work.
If you have any inspiration left over from
I
like your
have-
goals and stuff,
I
and
have
you want to use
one.
those, you can do that.
I have one left from my goal.
If you'd like to
I was just-
re-roll, and I'll let
Really
you.
just hoping I could
Just succeed.
use a... I was hoping I could just have it work. No, yeah, I'll try re-rolling. My specialty.
That's
Ha!
better.
All right.
I vault over all the kobolds.
This is how I know John doesn't want to actually kill us.
Yeah. Just a reminder, you do have inspiration. I'm
There.
out now.
Hey, if you burn your resources, I'm happy with that too. I think like as you're running back, you can feel the cavern begins like rumbling a little bit. You guys feel it a little earlier as like she runs back. There's just like this awkward silence, I think, while she's gone and like running to do this. As Ebb just kind of stares at you all. But you can feel her anger beginning to rise a little bit. Though she, like, as Dylan comes sliding in, she's like about to lose her patience, but then like settles down a little bit. The cavern slowly rumbles to a stop. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys now. This is basically one success or failure away from winning Ebb over to your side.
Wow.
So
Now that your offering is complete, we can continue our bargaining.
Apologies for that oh, eminence of shadows.
She sniffs out at you.
What more do you have to offer,
Can I
mortals?
tell if there's like something in particular she really wants from us? Like is she trying to
Relic?
get something from us in
She
particular?
said artifacts.
But
You can give me like an insight.
yeah, say well besides the relics, because obviously we want the relics, but I don't know if it's because
Hey.
they're powerful or what.
You got this.
Let's go.
Doesn't do anything.
Doesn't
I
do
just
anything.
believe in you.
Thank you. That's so nice of you. Okay. Let's hit the rolly. 15.
Oh, no.
Ah.
It's one success or failure.
Well, this
away.
isn't the.
This isn't a success or failure. This is
Okay.
Oh,
well,
it's
or maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it is.
It's up to you, John. But I was just trying to poke and prod a little bit. But
Yeah, I mean,
I can
think-
recontextualize the role. But
Yeah, I'm basically thinking that this is one of them, right? Because if you can read what she wants or what you guys have to offer, that would appeal to her. That's a big deal. That would like move the pendulum in your direction, right?
yeah. Okay. Well,
Now, if you would like this to not be one that counts, we can do that. I'm not gonna give you.
If you
much
think so,
information.
I'm not gonna.
I mean, I'm okay with it being one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Now,
that's
do you
a
have anything
failure.
to add to this, or would you like to re-roll with that context of like being able to read Ebb to like get the upper hand in this bargaining?
If I add stuff, if I re-roll, can I add stuff, or do I just re-roll flat?
I mean, what would you be adding?
Like a guidance, but I mean, aside from that, I don't have anything, you know. Unless somebody else has something wild and wacky they want to throw on there.
I have something to give you disadvantage.
Oh, really upping the stakes.
Yeah.
Can I try using?
I subtle spell cast. No, I'm just kidding.
Can I try helping by using Know Your Enemy? I mean, I know that's not what it does, but like it's gaining an insight into someone.
All right, I think I'm going to rule because I don't feel Olin has like communicated what they're doing right now.
Right.
So,
That's fair.
Olin, if you want to like guidance on yourself before you like take a moment guidance and then like do this, I can say you can add guidance to the roll. But I don't believe that anybody can like help you.
Help out with it. Okay. Does there anybody have any better ideas?
No, I think we got the roll. Let's do it.
All right, let's pick a god and pray, everybody. Okay.
Dear Dad.
And then the guidance.
Very doable. Very doable.
Many
Oh, I didn't know
people
you
are
got a
telling
reroll.
many people are telling me that this is very doable.
Oh, four.
Yo!
Big brain.
I'm sorry I didn't contextualize it early, like the first time, but at first I was like spitballing. I was like, well, maybe we can figure something out, but
Yeah.
and then she kills us anyway.
Your life.
Is it the success? You're thralls now. Nice, dude.
Yeah. Congratulations.
So, Olin, you've had a couple of conversations with Ebb now, and you can kind of she's hard to read, but you're getting the sense of what's important to her. You know that for Ebb, her legacy and what she leaves behind is the most important thing to her. Now she does value her treasure and her hoard, but legacy is what is the most important. As far as that helps you in negotiations or getting down to like what she wants from you, I think if you you're already offering a piece of Buster's soul. I think if you could offer some, there's a couple of directions you could offer some source of magical power, to like help her forward the egg. She does seem to want the artifacts in this way of like perhaps using them to set herself up as a Dark Lord, or her pup as the Dark Lord of the realm. Because you get the sense that she doesn't necessarily trust that you guys can pull off this task you set yourself out to do. Or if you can offer her a way to make sure that her and her pup survives Darkon beyond what your group is trying to accomplish, like whether you succeed or fail, then she would like accept all of these things as like easy to finish off whatever you've got left, basically.
Does she know about the portal behind her?
I have to assume she does.
Yeah, I think
Right.
Olin, you for sure know she has like some connection to this portal.
Well, I mean, the earring could send her to a different.
Can
Well, right now it's just attached to Dylan's soul, but we could figure out a weird enchantment.
Is Eb's whole self in this plane?
all of her physical self, yeah.
All of her, but not all of her soul.
I don't think you.
can
I
figure
think that'd be
that out.
that would be another check basically to figure out what exactly is going on.
See if I can fuck this whole thing up still. I don't know.
But
it
I
just,
think
it feels like
you do know that there's like some like part of Ebb or her power that is like on the other side of this
I
portal.
was gonna say, it feels like contextually, if there's a portal to the shadow version of Darkon, there must be something in there that is both maintaining the portal and part of her power must be there that she needs to have it still opened.
So
Do we have anything that could like solidify the portal? This is just table talk, but or we could go into the Shadowfell version of Darkon and eke out whatever other bit of power from there she needs to be whole. It's like extremely powerful planar magic, but
Well, I mean, we've got a wand of teleportation. Could that be used? The teleportation abilities, because that's also powerful magic. Be used to
You
help
can't.
stabilize it.
You can't leave the realm that you're currently on with teleportation.
well, a portal works, right? Like a portal is a portal. It's not just like symbolic. We could always go for a little trek through Shadowfell.
yeah, I think anything you offer her within those themes will kind of finish out the deal. Anything that gives her another path towards
Yeah.
long-term busy.
My whole shit is like interplanar bullshit. That's like my whole class.
Yeah. I mean, you
we-
can, yeah, I mean, I assume you're doing table talk, so the whole group can have this information if Olin's like.
Yeah.
Do we have tickets to get on the train?
I guess we must, right?
I would have an extra ticket. Pepper and Rosemary.
Mm,
Did you?
I think the group
somebody
only
blow
has.
their inspiration right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say the tokens are not common, so only one person in a group
Oh, okay.
would have like the half ticket stub that you need to,
Never mind.
because there's not
So it's
enough
like-
that they could give one to every single Mistwarden.
Wow, they can't just make more tickets?
Why don't they just print more tickets?
Honestly, lazy. They can make giant metal people, but they can't print tickets.
Now, you could offer her your ticket and hope that you can find some other way back to the Mistwardens. But
Doesn't seem impossible.
The
Lucky
ticket
Trail
doesn't
has
solidify like legacy though.
it gives her a way off the plane.
I mean, we could double down on the fact that if you kill us now, then your other egg, your lost egg, is going to for sure be lost. We could double down on that, but in this form, her legacy I could take her legacy to another space and to expand across realms.
In what way?
If we took
I
the
just
egg
mean,
with
like,
us.
Oh,
Yeah, if I took the egg, or if the egg hatches, I could take the baby dragon,
Listen,
and I could double down on, like, but we made the deal to go do it, and we could just remind her to be like, we're going to do this for you, but it feels like I'm also down for just anything for whatever to happen with this.
Yeah.
I
You want
I
your
think-
legacy? Don't fight us, otherwise we'll fucking kill you.
yeah, the ultimate threat.
The
I
threat
mean,
of violence.
Table talk. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do an intimidation pull because
Oh,
of
no.
my crown.
I wonder.
Right.
I don't
It's
hate
dangerous though.
giving her the ticket. Really.
I do.
I hate giving her the
I
ticket.
hate it.
I don't like that. We don't get our way out. She gets her way out. I don't like that at all. This
Okay, and
place
the earring
fucking
doesn't
sucks.
count as a token like that? That feels...
No.
Alright,
No.
alright.
So I was gonna try to intimidate her and be
Um,
like, "We are helping you.
I
Don't forget the
love
deal that you already made."
Don't love that.
I mean, it's one success or right. So it's one success or failure either way going.
Well, yeah, you've kind of got your.
We're technically in success.
Yeah, you're in success. It's just
We're
trying to figure out what that really looks like to clinch the deal. If you would like
mean-
that to end with an intimidation about her egg and like focus on like the legacy parts of that, we can do that. It just kind of whatever you decide will change like the shape of her response, basically.
Is there any way to stabilize the portal?
That's
Like
what I was
roll and
also thinking.
understand.
But
I've got 4th level spells. I've got nothing.
I mean, I do technically know the etherealness spell, which is not exactly super relevant to this situation, but
I just figured you're the portal person.
that's me. I know a portal's there.
It's
Um,
like your whole thing.
Oh, I know,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
don't-
like, I don't want to bust out Forgotten Light because that's like anathema to this whole situation, right?
Mhm.
If you really want to threaten Ebb, bring a being of pure light into her domain of shadow, and see how she responds, right? But I feel like that's a
Can you do that
super last
like,
ditch.
on command?
If I touch gold, and I
Oh,
touch
that's
gold,
right.
and then I can fail the save. Choose
You
to fail.
only have silver and platinum on you.
I mean, y'all have gold. It's not like I couldn't get some.
I
but-
just meant in general. I forget that.
yeah.
That's the trigger.
I mean, do you think that? So, I guess this is now. This is like so much table talk, but can we maybe make a definitive decision about whether Forgotten Light appearing is interplanar or not? If it's like a planar swap.
It is not.
Okay. I was thinking if we could summon Forgotten Light, we could maybe convince her that Olin has the power to, like, swap planes and interact with that magic on the fly. I mean, we still probably maybe could, but
I don't know, because it makes me feels like there is like an extra planar space inside of Olin
Olin,
in
yeah.
this way, but it's
not the same as planar travel.
Yeah, it's like a pocket.
Do you think if I used etherealness to go to the ethereal plane, transformed, and came back, it might be convincing enough? It's a
Possibly, though. I just need the framing of like in which way you're using your insight to drive this response, basically. Like, what about intimidation with Forgotten Light or something like that would just like the threat of her life basically be enough to be like, oh, like I don't want to lose my legacy from dying here or something. Like, what the angle basically.
I don't know. I feel like I'm so like hung up on this reuniting the two like soul halves or whatever from the Shadowfell into this realm, but I don't know. Just
Yeah,
trying
if you want to offer like vague aid, that can also be a thing.
like in a way that we could be Ebb's sort of like squad to reunite her from the shadow, like get her entirety into the shadow from the Shadowfell into Darkon, or the other way around, I guess, if she's like whatever direction she wants to go. Because if we could get her back and have her pup here when her pup is grown, she has legacy over 2 realms, right? Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, assuming you guys manage to save Darkon.
Yeah, which we got to get out of here before we can save Darkon.
Yeah.
If we can't come up with anything, we just need to look over at Buster and be like, it's Morse time.
Either that, or we skip, hop, and jump into the Shadowfell portal, kill her on that side, come out, kill her on this side, and just be fucking done with it.
Yeah, we could.
I
2
did-
ancient dragon fights.
I did kind of
Half
they're
seas,
both half
seas.
ancient dragon fights. I did think about going into the Shadowfell portal.
How close is it?
I mean, it's on the other side of her horde, so pretty far back because her horde is behind her. And she's pretty large.
The other thing is, I have Dawn. She's made of shadow. Can't say it's going to be good either way, but if things pop off, I'm ready to. Because giving my soul is possible, but I don't want to give it to her egg. She can't get into her egg chamber. It's a small little cave. What's going to stop us from fucking going all hog wild on her egg and just bouncing? What's she going to do? She's a dumb fucking dragon. Can't go through the mist. He said, sealing his fate. That's also partially my thought.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I've already said you guys succeed.
Yeah.
At least in, like, earning Ebb's, like, some trust from her. at this
Ebb's not
moment.
going to kill us. Points, yeah.
Yeah.
You're inciting that she wants her legacy preserved, and you're aware of the portal. You mentioned something about the portal and that we can do something to help that out, to help her legacy be XYZ, blah, blah, blah. We may not have like perfect magical whatever to do that, but I'm sure we could hodgepodge something together.
Yeah. I think my elevator pitch here is, I know there's a portal to Shadowfell behind you. I know that you're probably not whole in this realm. How'd you like it if we could reunite you so you could have a lasting legacy here for as long as the plane remains and as long as you are alive, and your pup can pick up after you. You know, when you're done, your pup lives on and continues to rule over all of Darkon. Figure out the how later, but
You see a little bit of surprise come across her face as kind of you're giving this pitch, as you mentioned the portal. Surprise that you are like aware of its existence. She reaches out magically to take the ring, the earring. Sorry, I keep calling it a ring. The earring that was offered. She looks to Buster and says,
Go make your offering to the cradle. And then I shall speak to you of the portal and allow you to aid me as payment.
All right.
And you can all, if you'd like to all go and figure a way out of this situation, or if you want to kind of lean in and aid her, that's up to y'all. But
who's how many kobolds do we have to kill to equal 1/8 of Buster's soul? There any kobold crown princes laying around?
I mean, there are
I still want to intimidate her. I still want to do that.
God.
I don't want
Wait till
Buster
the
to give
rest
her
of us are
soul.
gone.
do you want to try and like intimidate her away from that part of the cost?
I'm only gonna do it if Buster doesn't want to give up his soul. I'm gonna walk with Buster and say, "Is it Borscht time?" In his accent, attempt to do his accent.
An Australian doing a Russian accent.
Right?
Buster, I understand what it means to give up part of your soul. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
No, we did not.
I could get it back at the end of the day.
I don't know.
I don't want to give it up.
I think if it goes in that egg, then you might not be able to get it back.
Oh, I'll get it back. I've taken pieces of myself back from far nastier things than this. It's just not a good setup. I feel like we are all not committed to have the dog in us. And also above the table, if I was less sick, I'd be fucking ready to pop off, but I'm fogged up.
I don't know. I just feel like there's so little we have in this situation, right? Aside from like just running, but I also feel like if she lets us into the Shadowfell portal, might be a good opportunity to strike at the heart of the problem.
Yeah, we can see what's going on. Yeah, I say we ride it out.
All right.
Ugh.
This man's all gooped up.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll write it out. I'll go slice my soul up. I'm not good with authority, and especially in a situation in D&D when I'm playing a character who's not good with authority, having to bow to authority that will kill us otherwise. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to die on my own fucking terms, dude.
I mean, that's what you've done with a lot of the authority figures you've met in Darkon so far.
Yeah,
This
and we've
is
been
kind of the
consistent
first
at least.
time.
This is the first time I felt like we've been outmatched.
Because the authority figure is literally bigger than we can fucking deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we could.
I don't.
I've seen it done, but I don't. It's so particular. One breath going the wrong way, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
We've also got the NPCs with us.
Not all of them.
Yeah, no. Enough of them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go slice my soul
Yeah,
up. It's
Vi's
fine.
really attached to NPCs.
That piece of my soul is a part of me that's mean to me anyway. So I'm also hoping to kind of get rid of it in a kind of win-win situation.
It's therapy.
Hmm.
Yeah, sure. It's
Men
probably
will do
not gonna work, but
anything
we'll see.
except for go to therapy.
I'll just chop away a bit of my soul instead of going.
I'll just get rid of that hate.
Yeah, I'll just forget about all those bad things. They can't hurt me, bad thoughts.
Okay. Buster, I would love to see.
Can I help?
Sure. We'll call it an insight check to cut, like, because you're basically cutting an invisible force away from you. This is basically just to kind of like understand where this part of your soul is like kept as far as the dagger is concerned, and cutting it away.
Don't worry. You've got this.
Is that guidance?
That's the guidance, baby.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize you could do guidance.
Yeah, with my Wheel of Stars, I can cast it. I just know it now.
You said, does Dylan helping me give
Yeah,
me
what is-
advantage, or
What does that look like, Dylan?
Sort of just trying to help him be calm, but also like, okay, so here was the exact process because I was awake for the whole thing of how my soul was shredded, and just sort of, try and give him a helpful step-by-step guide.
very mechanically going through the process that a hag used to tear your soul asunder?
Yeah.
That's a lived experience. You can't replicate that.
All right.
There is
Yeah.
no emotion behind the words as she is saying them.
Jeez.
Huh.
All right.
You know, we don't have that apparatus here, but I'll see what I can do with this rusty fucking cobalt dagger.
You know, it sounds almost clinical when she talks about it.
Against all odds, that's a 28.
That's pretty good.
All right. And like when you're thinking about your soul as you're cutting away, what do you said you wanted to get rid of your worst parts. What does that look like to Buster?
The self-loathing pieces of the hobgoblin self, where he was like the weakest on a long line of weak kings that was frail of mind, frail of body, fucking hated himself, didn't want to do the like normal hobgoblin stuff, didn't fit into hobgoblin society, and that's inevitably what helped let the kingdom or whatever be knocked over. There wasn't like a very clear line of succession. All of the self-loathing that came with that, like the shadowy self, the the hobgoblin personality that stays with me, and whenever I see him in a mirror, does the insulting and all of that hatred. Cutting away enough of that to fulfill the deal, but knowing full well that it probably won't fully go away. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what that should look like mechanically. Like whether that's getting rid of your whole. I don't think you're gonna be able to get rid of your whole dark gift
No, probably
with
not.
this.
Won't be such a dick anymore.
And there is like bonuses that come with your dark gift too that you might
Yeah.
not want to get rid of. I think in this moment we're gonna call it a point of exhaustion.
It's more than enough.
As you cut away, you hear that like hobgoblin part of you screaming. As you slice, there's like a flash of that like shadow self that shows up. That's like shows up for a moment and it's just like, You're not going to, ugh," and like melts away as you like
let's
slice,
talk about this.
slice
Hold
and
on.
cut. And yeah, you rip apart something that feels like a very dark, like something that is like inside of you is like resisting you cutting this away, and is like trying to latch onto it. And you know you haven't like cut this whole creature away, but you've done damage to the darkness inside you. You have cut away, like the memories of your time as a hobgoblin fade. They become dull. You can still remember that you were a hobgoblin prince, but like the particulars are fuzzy. You don't remember like the name of your uncles anymore. Um, like even your father's face is like no longer. It's hard to imagine. It just feels like fuzzy, generic hobgoblin features are the only thing you can kind of like plug in, and they shift and change. Um, but yeah, you feel the heart pulse as it accepts this gift, and you think almost the heart, the egg, looks bigger than it did, even just moments ago. It seems to like flutter with light and be like shifting and growing. And I think between the time you guys came here last and this, you see the thorns that were on the ground beginning to grow. They are now like beginning to wrap around this like egg sac in the center of the room.
When it was being ripped from me, did everyone else see it? Like, what else did everyone see?
I think everyone just sees like you obviously cutting against some pressure, and I think there was like an echo of that like scream, um, but it was much duller for everybody. But I think anybody, it really just looks like you cutting at air, unless someone was looking at the reflection in the bloodstone um, altar, in which you were kind of slicing over, because that like they would see a shadow of something being sucked into like the altar itself.
Right.
Yeah, and I will say there was also just a quick flashback. There was a pulsing when the ring of regeneration was set on, and the ring just like slid into the blood altar and vanished. And you can see like since the ring of regeneration has been there, the growth of these vines is it like is continuously going, just slowly. Um,
Are
Might have been a mistake.
are they plants? Like actual
there
plants?
is, yeah, like the plants that are coming up, there's like lots of fleshy stuff, and then there's like these dark thorny plants that are just like constantly growing, and they're like piercing the egg sac in places. The
Alright.
thorns are, so they're like pressed in.
All right, gang. You want to hear my crackpot shot in the dark thing if things really go sour?
What's up?
Hell yeah.
So I have a fun little spell called Speak with Plants. And so Speak with Plants, aside from letting me speak with plants, allows me to give plants simple commands. If things go really sour, I might be able to tell the thorns to crush the egg.
Oh shit.
You should speak with the plants and just see what the thorns are doing. What you thinking?
Well, it's a
Thorns.
third level
What's
spell,
up,
so I
friend?
don't want to just like
Oh, right.
blow
Yeah,
it.
but-
But
I also gave you a pearl of power. Do you have enough slots for it?
not at the moment. But we can figure that out.
Oh.
I'm very tight on on slots right now. Because the Wheel of Stars is one.
Blade,
As
Wheel
well.
of Stars.
Got the
Wait,
blade,
is
the
the
Wheel
Pearl
of Stars, and
Power-
my tattoo that makes me gives me resistance and stuff. Pearl Power's attunement, I'm pretty sure.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can attune to it at some point, but not right now. But I'm just saying, it's an option. It's something we can try.
I mean, this would be our
Yeah,
time
that's
to
what
do
it
it.
is.
I don't think we have another chance.
Could also
I mean, you can
have
use
them
an inspiration later to flashback.
Yeah. Could also have them release the egg and drop it to the ground, I
And
guess.
it cracks.
The vines aren't really holding it. I mean,
They're
I
not
guess you
holding
could
it
ask
up.
them to, yeah, because there's lots of like fleshy tendrils that are holding it in the air that are like stuck all along the walls and floor here. The vines are just growing up and around these tendrils and like piercing them in a way that there's like actual blood coming from like the tendrils themselves from where the plant's piercing it
So
sometimes.
the thorns
I
could
mean,
probably snap the tendrils or cut the tendrils and bleed out the egg, but for the heart,
I
I
have
guess.
many magical spells that I could use to burn away at this egg either quickly or slowly. So we have options.
I guess maybe we should go back and see what, since you've already donated your soul, maybe see what Ebb
Yeah.
wants us to do,
I
and
think
then
that'd yeah, I think it'd be a little too much too late
yeah,
if we try to do something now.
feels premature now. But if we need to make like a hasty escape, we run back. I can do that. We can borscht time escapo. But
Dylan's just gonna be steadying Buster.
bless you.
I'm just a little tired, honestly. I have a head
You
cold
need-
all of a sudden. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's one of the symptoms. Do you want me to carry you?
I'm okay. It is not necessary. You're okay.
Are you sure you don't want me to carry you?
I would love a ride, actually.
Okay. You gotta offer twice. The first time they'll turn it down to be polite. The second time they can accept.
I
The
can't ask
gift.
for help.
It's a whole thing.
All right.
So how are you holding him in your like in your arms like this?
Well,
Are you
do you want a
piggybacking?
backpack? Do you want
Piggyback.
you
Or
want a
on your
piggyback?
shoulders.
Okay.
Whatever you can handle. I'm not that heavy.
Up on my shoulders?
I'm just a little guy.
Oh man.
You're a lot of fear.
Got a 20 strength.
I weigh about 110 pounds with all my armor and everything on. It's nothing. I'm just a little guy.
So y'all return to Ebb. Um, okay. All right. So I'm thinking, and so I was like messing with my ideas. Okay. You approach Ebb.
I have felt your payment. I think this deal will work out for me, but as I said, any deal with the Nightworm will end in suffering. But your suffering is not in vain.
Good to know.
And a piece of you shall live on in my spawn.
That's whack.
Yeah.
I don't like that phrasing.
Now, for the task at hand. You have agreed to enter the Shadowfell. I have one simple task you must complete there. There is a creature, a being that by pact I cannot touch or harm. I need it destroyed.
Can we have a little information on Quarry?
I cannot speak of it, but
Oh.
say it exists.
So you're bound
Okay.
by a creature with
Contract.
by contract or by creature with more powerful magic than even you hold.
I am bound by oaths that I have made and Ebb the Night Worm keeps her oaths.
I mean, this might be Faye bullshit talking, but have you considered changing your name?
No. My name is well known. I will not give it up.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
it was just idea.
I wish you to teach this creature of what it means to make a deal in which you believe you have gotten the better of the Nightworm. A promise I have given that shall be like a venomous kiss, sweet on the surface, but beneath lies the poison that consumes. Yes. Yes.
She's losing
Uh,
it, guys.
Switching to Sylvan, does this sound like her lover to you guys at all?
This is some Belladonna's kiss shit.
This is-
I've heard it.
This is some lovers to enemies.
Yeah, this dragon's getting real horned up for this conversation.
This whole thing that she's here, it's an isekai the whole time. It's
This is
unbelievable.
wild.
I switch back to common. You said you cannot speak of this creature. How do we know which creature it is? Like, we could walk in, find shadow rat, and kill it. If you don't tell us like what creature we are there to teach lesson to, we don't know what we're fucking doing, man.
There is only one creature that lives in the Shadowfell connected to Darkon.
Oh, that makes it easier, I guess.
Is it you?
I cannot speak of the creature that stays
Right,
in the other.
sorry. Do you have a contract that you signed?
An oath given.
Right, verbal contract, worst kind.
Verbal contracts aren't binding, though. You could just always
They
say
really are
it's-
not.
It's
They-
no
they-
longer valid.
My oaths
Uh,
are binding, mortals.
There's a lot of Fey oaths that are
The
unfortunately
cavern,
very
like,
binding.
is shaking a little
all
bit.
right, we'll go.
Like, I can no longer say Paschetti correctly. I've made oath. It is always Paschetti. It always comes out Paschetti, even though I'm thinking Paschetti correctly. It is Paschetti. These oaths are unfortunately incredibly blinding sometimes.
Don't use your real name. That's
It was early, dude. Come on.
I don't think his real name is Paschetti. Dylan.
Paschetti the Hobgoblin.
That's a great character prompt. Paschetti the Hobgoblin. I love him.
Is he
that
just
was
like an
actually
Ital-
his brother.
Italian mob. Paschetti
I'd
the
be in a much better
Hobgoblin.
place as a character if my character started out as Paschetti the Hobgoblin instead of whatever big Russian name I came up with.
Hey, I'm
That's really
Prince in
funny.
here.
Hey, I got a kingdom to run over here.
Yeah, you guys. Ebb kind of like shifts as you move. She watches you because you have to actually like. She actually moves to push pieces of her hoard out of the way to make like a path for you. So she's like putting her giant like claws in and like sliding these huge massive piles of gold and treasure, just like off to the sides to create like a path towards the back of this cavern. And as you go, you can see. In the very back of this room, there is a stone arch carved with arcane runes that mark a gate. You see it ripples with a similar purple energy that floats from like the purple light that flashes in Ebb's eyes, or the like shadowy smoke that escapes her mouth when she gets angry. Looks
When
very
have we
similar.
seen her angry?
Just a few moments ago.
Did you prep the Shadowfell battle map, John?
Did you know this would be our next
Did-
field trip?
When you said there were two paths that we could go, was this
Was this?
One of the two paths.
This was exactly one of the paths that I planned for.
Huh. Funny how that works out.
I'm still riding the high of my detect portal being a useful class feature.
Actually
fucking worked.
happening. I've still got a bunny on my shoulders.
This has really been
He's tired.
a hair-raising experience.
Oh boy.
Are you sure you want to be on my
Okay.
shoulders? Would you rather I just like cradled you? So you could
No,
sleep?
it is. I'm good. I'm good.
I can cradle you.
It is fine. I'm good. I need to be alert and awake.
Ebb motions you through the gate. Is there anything you guys would like to do before you pass through to the other side?
Is there
Does
anything
exhaustion
where
go away after a long rest?
This was after our long rest.
This is after
know,
your
I'm-
long rest.
I know. I'm asking. It's not a short rest. It's a long rest, right?
That you just
Is
had?
what is?
A point of exhaustion goes away on a long rest, right?
Long
Oh.
rest.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yup.
Is there anything where Basil was?
I mean, empty chain.
But no, like, weird, like, items or, like, any artifacts of Basil that might have been there.
No.
Because she didn't
She
have
had
her
what?
earring or anything. But
Yeah, she didn't really have any items other than her clothes, which were obliterated as part of the crystal.
I'm gonna try and say a silent prayer and see if my dad hears me.
A silent prayer to your dad?
Yeah.
What does that sound like?
Tia Pops.
Hey, Dad, I'm back. Sorry about that. There's a weird fucking dragon here. I'm in some place called Darkon, and anyway, she's sending us to the Shadowfell. Okay, love you, bye.
I'll cast Pass Without Trace.
Oh.
Give us a little bit of a leg up on maybe not immediately getting blasted as soon as we walk through the portal.
Yeah, Dylan, give me. Fuck.
I wasn't expecting it to do anything, but if it does, that's gonna be funny.
Roll me. I'm trying to think of what kind of check it would be. Roll me. We'll call it a religion check at disadvantage.
Yeah, religion. My specialty.
Wow.
Damn.
Question. Do I hear this? I'm on your
Just a
shoulders.
quiet little whispered thing. You have giant ass ears.
I think on your shoulders with your 23 passive perception, you would probably hear this if it's out loud.
I'm going to say in the back of my head to my God, man, it'd be really, really nice if her dad could hear this. Oh,
Damn it!
Oh man.
I saw the 8. I saw the 0 and the 8. I was like, no, it was 80, not 8.
Jeez.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
Yeah.
Dylan, you put that out to the ethos. But you do not hear anything back immediately.
That's alright. You know, just talking. Just helps me feel better.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. So you guys head through?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I'm welcoming this, actually, going into this
Oh
space.
god, I'm terrified.
Yeah, you're back in like familiar grounds. This is just like home to you.
Yeah.
Right. You walk through the gate and step into another plane. Hmm. Okay. You enter the Shadowfell of Darkon. You see a large cavern, similar to the one you were in, but the walls undulate and shift as if made of shadow, as if giving the idea of the cavern versus the actual solid stone of the cavern. Um, Tobias, I mean, I think a couple of you have probably been to versions of the Shadowfell before. This one feels even like less substantial than most Shadowfells. Like there are cities in some of them. This does not feel like the type of plane that could hold a city for any length of time, anything solid. Everything seems to just be shadow.
Does my shadow react in any way being here?
Your shadow is out and walking beside you.
Like 3D or like
Yeah, like a 3D form.
Is that Mrs.?
or are you saying that in character?
Yeah. She's
Uh,
got Rosemary's Memories.
That's my shadow. That one's not in particularly
Just lean over and wave hello.
waves. It looks like me.
Mhm.
Or like it looks like it's like it just doesn't it looks like it's shaped like me.
Yeah, its form is not clear like face wise, but it looks in form like Tobias.
Yeah.
Because he is the dungeon.
I am the
Cool.
dungeon.
Yeah. What do you guys do? You're in this large cavern. You can see like the path out deeper into the cave, but looking around, you see nothing. There's no treasure here. There's no sign of life. It's just this empty cavern.
What are we doing here?
I'll say you do like smell all around, like not coming from any general direction, but the smell of rot.
Are we teaching someone a lesson or are we trying to help?
I will look around.
Fuck
At
that
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Are you looking? What are you looking around? What are you looking around? Like, what is the intent as Buster begins looking around?
He starts sniffing around for any sense in the air of this dingy, shitty place, looking around for anything moving in the distance, looking around for if this is a small place that's insubstantial, then and there's only one creature here, then any sort of like signal of like a home or a cavern the creature will live in, or footsteps or anything, someone walking across this desolate, shitty plain, whatever.
Yeah. I think as you do this, you begin like walking, and the world almost like shifts into. You see the shadows in front of you begin changing as you're like following smells, like you putting out this intent to kind of find this creature, find where like this thing exists. and you see the cavern almost fall apart, like melt around you. Your sight like filled with just darkness and shadow for a moment before it opens up. Um, and you feel like you have moved from one place on this plane to another. Um, the whole group moves with you, but you are now standing on the wall of a fortress. Um, Yeah, you're standing on like ramparts. You can see several small towers around you, but the wall where you are has like steps leading down and up to a tower across from you. Looking around everywhere, you just see everything beyond the ramparts and the walls of this fortress just look like shadow. But currently, stairs, tower in front of you, and you can see inside this tower there's like large, like a ton of chains that are flowing inside this tower from the shadow, these like chains of darkness that are flowing inside into this tower.
Well, that certainly was something. I suppose we should walk in and look into the tower.
Can't think of a better place to start.
As you begin walking, it's a bit strange because sometimes like where you put your foot is not quite where it lands. The landscape seems to like shift. If you think too hard about like moving to a certain spot, your body almost like skips ahead sometimes, almost causing you to like fall down the steps while you walk, having to like catch yourself. But you guys almost like shift and stutter around a little bit. Um, as you walk up to the tower entrance. And as you walk up, the doors, big heavy metal, etched with the symbol of a skeletal figure, um, holding a like massive scythe in its hand.
This
Uh,
motherfucker.
the doors open up, and you see in this room it's a large empty tower. There's a hole in the roof. Um, though there is no like light or anything coming in. Uh, you see all of these like shadowy chains coming through the wall, some coming through the ceiling, the hole in the ceiling, all of them attached to a figure in the center of this room, chained. You see a man whose arms are kind of like outstretched, um, shirtless, um, red hair flowing down all around. And the figure looks up. It's like this very thin frame, and you see what appears to be um, Theron, Death, Azalin, a clone of some sort. One of these figures, a brother. Though which one, you do not know.
Merry Christmas. Can
And
I
as, yeah, well, go ahead.
can I tell if this is my Theron?
You don't feel any instant connection to this figure. I'll say
And
that.
can I tell if it's death? Since I have their mark.
Oh, interesting.
She's got death chained up. We're in a lot of trouble.
I think
It's
you
just a
feel
dude.
Death's touch in the air. I think you actually feel like the magic binding this creature here is more tied to Death than the being.
The creature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think
Is
you get.
is
Go ahead.
sorry, is the we don't see the creature, we don't see the shadow part of the dragon yet, do we? We just see the
You were told there's one creature here. This is the first being and only being you've seen.
and they're chained up.
Mm-hmm. And the figure looks up as your group enters. Or actually, I guess you guys put on the pass without trace. Are you being sneaky?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I'll set Buster down because I know he's quieter, even with disadvantage. He's quieter than me.
And this figure does not look up. This figure does not register that you've entered as you kind of like sneak in here. Your magic, the magic of Olin's spell softening your footprints as you step inside.
I'll look to the rest of the group and just sort of try and mouth, do we talk, or...
Does the chained figure, like, have the same energy as Ebb?
Hmm. Like shadow energy coming from them?
Yeah.
In this moment, no, the appears to be just like like almost just like a human.
Oh, interesting. I think. What harm can there be in talking? Doesn't seem like
Let's
they
just
can do
walk
much
up.
else.
Let's just walk up to him and see why the fuck he's in here.
Hello there.
Figure's
General
head
Kenobi.
jerks up as you speak. Eyes like searching a bit before they find you. And he says, "Finally. He said you'd come to set me free." And that's where we'll end the session.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for joining us tonight for our negotiation with Ebb. Lots of table talk tonight, lots of making deals and the characters kind of figuring out what they're willing to part with and not. I hope you come back next time and figure out who is this figure. Will the party make their way out of the Shadowfell? Will they survive this encounter? Will they thrive through the results? Or will they take a dive, never to see the light of day again? Find out next time. See you then.